So, a lot's been discussed the past couple of days about a silverback and that little kid that fell 15 feet. And first, let's talk about how sad we are as a society. What does their criminal record have to do with two parents taking their child to a zoo? They're obviously doing the right things. That's quote unquote the American thing to do. You know, it's awful because it's a double-edged sword when you have protesters outside a zoo talking about uh, it was inhumane to kill the gorilla when the gorilla is currently not in his natural habitat. It's ironic. Shouldn't they be petitioning the zoo or boycotting or the zoo? You know, and it's sad how we don't even have media anymore now. All they want to do is get clicks and or views. And I woke up this morning and I saw on World Star they talking about the father's criminal past. Okay, what does that have to do with them being inadequate parents? I know your past builds you to your present, but at the end of the day, all we saw was two parents at a zoo. Kid falls, and people say it's the parents' fault that kid. So I just want to give you guys an example. I thought of this example today because sadly and true, it happened to me. Not sadly and true. You know how you're at a red light and you're not supposed to use your cell phone, but at a red light, you check your text, and then when the light turns green, you put your phone down and you move forward. Let me give you guys an example of just how quickly life can change. I'm at a red light, and I check my text, but I'm not looking at the light, and it had to be no more than 3 to 4 seconds. That car was 40 feet in front of me because the light had already turned green. I'm just giving you guys an example of how if you turn your head for 3 or 4 seconds, life can change. And it's funny how parents criticize other parents. Now, let's be honest, when you have toddlers running around, 2 and 3 and 4 year olds, are you literally watching them every second they're in the house? Be honest. When they stop moving, that's when you get concerned. As long as you can hear them toys making sounds and you hear them footsteps, you're like, oh, the kid is safe, and they're not crying. They're not longing to get a reaction out of you. You still in the kitchen, you're cooking, you're ironing, you're um, doing videos on YouTube, like so it's a sad reality how people don't look at themselves. So it's hard for me to blame the parent. You know, I can't see two parents being negligent. You know, it happens, man. It just so happened that it's at a zoo. How many drowning accidents do we get a year? I don't know what the statistics are, but is it the parents? Ultimately, it's the parents' fault, but no parent watches their kid 24/7. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm just telling you guys. Sometimes I'm in the house working, and if I hear footprints, or I hear toys making sounds, and you can see the reflections of the light, you go on what you're doing at the house. You don't go outside or upstairs for like 5 and 10 minutes, but it's pretty common for a parent to go in sight and sound of their child and work for, I don't know how long you want to work, but that's pretty typical, man. And I find it almost insulting that we would, one, bring up the parents' criminal history, and two, blame them. yes, it's their fault, but it's just you guys. I'm finding I'm challenged by the exact words that I'm looking for, but you guys fully understand what I'm talking about because I'm probably talking to many parents out there. But it's just a harsh reality. Accidents happen. That's the risk we take as parents. And let's be clear. I'm just gonna annex and debunk every discussion that's out there. Do you kill the damn animal? And I was a teacher for 7 years, and I've made decisions in the classroom uh, that preserve kids. I wouldn't say their life, but fights. And as an adult, and I'm talking to many of you guys, you have no regard for your life when there's a child involved, whether it's your own, whether it's your neighbors, or whether it's my students. And if I had a gun, I killed him. I killed a gorilla. It's easy. That's an easy. That's no discussion. Not debatable. It's people at the zoo don't know that the kid is gonna fall. But I tell you one thing: if I have a gun and the kid falls and the silverback snatches the little kid, the silverback is dead. Easy. So I think it's yes, you can blame the parents, but it's pretty common. And you might say, well, he's at the zoo. How many kids get lost at Disneyland every single day? How many kids at Six Flags get lost every single day? It happens, man. It's no every parent has had a panic attack in their house, in a park, somewhere pertaining to their kid, not knowing where they're at. Every parent. No parent goes without because through yourself you know others. So, it's sad that media is making a story out of this, and you guys have fallen for it. It's not a story. You killed a damn gorilla. End of conversation. That's it. Their criminal history has nothing to do with what happened with their child. Can you blame the parents? Yes. Is it fairly common to lose track of your kid for 5 to 10 seconds? Fairly common. If you're honest with yourself. It just happened that an extreme incident happened when the kid gets lost and killed a silverback. Kid had a concussion, few scratches, he's safe. We move on. So barbershop conversations, man. I just was a bit perturbed when I saw that they brought up the father's criminal history. It's a mute issue, So George Bush, the son, was an alcoholic. He was president of America. He was a C student, president of America. And I'm not gonna call it I saw some blogs today calling it a race issue. It's just an ignorance issue, man. Yes, race plays a part in it, but it's just an ignorance because everyone is feeding into it. I'm doing a video on it. Everyone has an opinion on it, but if you take the facts with the facts, you have a gorilla and you have a child, a toddler. You kill the gorilla. You kill any animal. We have the nerve to complain about the killing of a gorilla. But we're killing innocent, we're tearing, more important, we're tearing apart families and generations with these wars, trying to find ISIS, you know, Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden, $10 million a day to fund the war on terror. Man, it's uh it's an upside down world we live in. But, you know, we fall for it. So now the father's criminal history is the lead story on the news. Why did they kill the gorilla? Could you live with yourself if you allowed that gorilla to destroy that toddler? And be honest with yourself as a parent. Have you lost your child for 5 to 10 seconds? Just thank God you didn't lose them at the zoo. Thank God you didn't lose them at Disneyland. Thank God you didn't lose them at Six Flags. You lost them in your house. They ran outside to the backyard because they wanted to go pick a lemon off the tree, or they left their little red car in the grass and they saw it through the window and you didn't see it. Little things like that, man, we all go through it as parents. So, anyways, barbershop conversations, guys. Kill the gorilla. It's an endangered species. Well, so are humans, for that matter. So are honest humans, man. Anyways, man, please subscribe and talk to you guys soon. Barbershop conversation. Peace, guys.